Hello everyone, very good morning and good evening. Parminder here. Welcome to our SAP Step Up Circle sessions. Today's topic is transitions from operation job to SAP consultant. The people who are working in operations, they want to start their career in SAP. That's what we want to focus on. That's what we want to throw some light that how this transition can go on and what kind of things you need to do in this transition. And I will also try to highlight that why people got fail in these transition, right? So today's topic would be very beneficial for all of the people who are working in some part of the operations, okay, who are working into some part of the operations and they want to switch to the consulting career profiles, right? So this session would be very important for all of those people. Before I jump into it, first we'll be talking about what are the operations job, because different people has a different meaning to the different words, right? So let me ask you first question to you. Okay, you can answer it on the chat. If you are working into the operations stream, okay, if you are working into the operations stream, which stream you are working? Maybe you are into the sourcing, you are into the manufacturing, you are into the quality, you are into the marketing, you are into the sales, you are into the database admin. What is your operation job? Which operation job currently you're working in? Quickly, Ishita is asking whether it would be useful for the people who wants to start their career in SAP. Yes, this session would be very useful. Ishita, with background or without background, for both kind of people, this session would be useful. Without any technical background, you can start your career with SAP. That's a good thing about SAP. So when we say that the operation jobs mean that you're working into the operations. That can be a manufacturing operations. That can be a company who just buy and sell. That can be a company in the logistics. You are working into the one particular operations. So there can be multiple operations can be there. Procurement in a business is operation where you work to procure some material. You're working into a store, you are a store in charge. Your responsibility is to make sure that you handle the inventory. The inventories are handled well. You receive the material and you dispatch it or you give it to your production team. You're working in a distribution center. Your responsibility is to check what are the customer orders and do the fulfillment to the customer orders. You are a fulfillment in charge, right? You are into the sales. Your job and responsibility is to take the customer orders. You are into the marketing. Your jobs and responsibilities to do the marketing so that new customers can be brought in. So these all are the operation stream where you work into the operations, okay? Where you work into the operations. So just to highlight, let me jump into the mind map. So we have people who can working into the logistics, supply chain, manufacturing, doing the different roles in the manufacturing, also production engineer, production supervisors, production managers, associate managers, line managers, people working in quality, plant maintenance, production, finance and operations, people working in accounts payables, account receivables, invoice clerks, okay, asset accounting clerks, controlling clerks. They all are into the finance operations, sales, marketing. So when you work into these operations, it is called the operations job. You would be having quite monotonous job that you would be doing more or less every day. You need to handle a similar kind of operations in a similar way. A process has been given which you need to follow it. Okay, the little bit variations here and there would be there, but you need to follow it. Just to give you example, I was working as a production engineer in Robert Bosch. My job and responsibility was that there is a sub-assembly line which I need to take care of. I need to make sure that I was a shift in charge in my shift. The particular components which is made, I need to follow the plan. I need to align the plan. I need to make sure the raw materials are there. I need to make sure that all the resources have been put into the different lines. Enough resources are there to manage the capacity and the load which we have. And we, at the end of the shift, what is the desired number for the production, we meet it. So I worked there almost for 3 years. And out of these 3 years, 2 years, I have worked intensively into the production. That was my job, to make sure that the production is happening from a particular line. So those are the operations job, right? Those are the operations job where you take care of the operations, right? Now the question comes that what is the consulting job? What is the SAP consulting job? Before I jump into SAP consulting job, let me highlight what is SAP. All of these areas, whether plant maintenance, quality, manufacturing, supply chain, finance operations, you would be using some IT tool, some IT product would be used to manage your operations, right? So that IT product can be a ERP software. Okay, that ERP software can be a small software like the finance people use a lot Tally. They use a lot Tally to manage the accountings, right? Then there are in the manufacturing, the other system can be used, BAN can be used, Oracle can be used, Microsoft Dynamics can be used. So these all are the ERP system, and the biggest ERP system is SAP. All the big companies, middle level to big tier companies, they use SAP as their ERP system, where all their operations, all their processes have been managed on to the SAP. If you want to create an order, it would be created on SAP. If you want to purchase something, the purchase order would be created in SAP. Your vendors are managed in SAP. Your customers' data is managed in SAP. If you want to book any sales, sales orders need to be punched in SAP. The deliveries need to be happen from SAP, SAP. The invoices need to be generated from SAP. All your accounting documents, all your general ledgers would be maintained in SAP. So SAP has become a big product to link all the operations in a big company, not only for one plant, 100,000 of the plants. I have seen SAP implemented for the businesses which has a business across the world. Has been implemented for more than 70 plus countries, 100 plus manufacturing unit, 500 plus distribution centers across the world is using a single system which has all the visibility in it. So that is the SAP system. That is the ERP system, and SAP is one of the ERP system which is most used, most complicated, and most connected with having a most number of features is the SAP is that system. Okay, that's where there is a lot of demand for the SAP consultants, the people who knows SAP, right? Now, these people, when you work into the operations, you are called an end user of a IT product. You are called as an end user of SAP, or end user of Oracle, end user of Microsoft Dynamics, end user of Tally, any kind of system which you are using. It's a quality system, it's a plant maintenance system, it's a manufacturing system, it's a planning system. You are called as an end user. Okay, this community is called the end user of those systems, right? Then if these are the end users of the SAP system, then what SAP consultant does? SAP consultant का क्या role है? Quickly, over the chat. What do you think? What kind of role SAP consultant does? What is their role profile? What do SAP consultant do? What do you think? Quickly over the chat. Implementing SAP business per business need. Very good, Rahul. Correcting command, configuration, customization, managing ERP, configuration, implementation, understand SAP client requirements, mapping into SAP. And one thing I want to tell you, right? SAP is not a small software. SAP is not a Google Drive. SAP is not like a software like a Zoom, install kiya aur chalu, right? SAP is a very big and complicated software which require a lot of time to implement, and it will require a lot of people also involved into it so that SAP can be implemented for a company and it can keep on running for a company. So the two major things would be there in SAP kind of roles, right? One would be their implementation. Second would be their support. The current project I am working, it's a big, out of the big group of companies, that is one of the group of company is implementing. That group of company also only for their sales operations, basically they are implementing SAP, where we are having SD module, you can say MM, limited use of SD, MM, PP is not there. And then we are having a finance. These are the three basic modules. Manufacturing happens, warehousing happens, they are the different systems on which the manufacturing is done. The manufacturing plant are using a different SAP system. So we are moving these three operations, sales, procurement, and your sales, your procurement, And your finance operations, we are shifting it to the new SAP S/4HANA system, which is for 70 plus countries. What do you think that, how long that project would be? How long that project would be? What would be the duration of the project? Amit said 90 days, 6 months. Rahul said 2, 3 years. Murli said 5 to 7 years. 1 year, 3 year. So we have all the answers from 90 days, which is 3 months, to Nishan said 10 years. All the answers are there. This project is going on from last 5 years. And I already see that I can see that next 3 years it would be there. So minimum time which it will take is 8 years. Minimum time it will take is 8 years. And it has a people involved from different consultings. Deloitte is involved. Even Sastrageek solution is also involved. Okay. And then the 5, 6 different companies are involved. Overall consultant, if you will try to count that how many different peoples in-house, they have their in-house IT team, those are also involved. If you will count the overall with the project management and everything, if you will count it, there would be more than 200 plus people. 200 plus full-time people are involved in this project. Okay. And if you will count the part-time people, the country-specific people, when a country go live happen, we also include a lot of country-specific people, then the count will go to 600 to 700 people. That big is the project, that big is the number of people who would be required. And the people who is working on a shared basis, that also, if you will count everything, only the consultant, there would be almost 300 to 400 consultant who is touching this project. And this is also when the full scope is not done. If I would be working for this client, then they will be having their manufacturing system need to be shifted. Then something will else come, something else will come. So as a consultant, you can be consumed by one client also, right? So that kind of big clients has a big project. So it's a very complicated and complex project, okay, where the multiple things need to be done. Their SAP consultants are required, right? SAP consultant are first required. It's not like that after the 8 years, the SAP consultant would not be required. SAP consultant is always required. Once SAP has been implemented, you will always require a consultant, first for implementing it, and second, once the implementation is done, to support it. So those kind of two roles which majorly has been played by the SAP consultant. Within the implementation also, there can be the different roles which you need to play it. But in general, the implementation, the one of the very important role which we need to do is to gathering a requirement from the business, to understand the business. You understand the business, that what business is doing. And then after that understanding of a business, you try to understand that how this process can be done in SAP. You have SAP knowledge as SAP consultant, you have SAP knowledge, and you also have a operations knowledge. Now here, there are some ERP system where you go and you do the manufacturing, you do the sales, you do the procurement, you do everything. Here it does not happen. You are specialized in your specialized area, right? Within the sales and within the full system, you are experienced into the procurement side. So you would be handling your procurement area. You would be discussing the procurement related business process. Another consultant is handling the sourcing related business process. Another consultant is handling only the area of the purchase order approvals, purchase requisition approvals, how the approval mechanism would be there. Another consultant would be taking care of the sales and operations, fulfillment, finance, account payable, separate consultant, account receivable, separate consultant, asset, separate consultant. So for every stream, there can be separate consultants would be there who would be doing their part, right? One of the very important things for these consultants would be they should know two things they should know. One is the module you are consulting for, that module you should be knowing it for, right? SD, MM, PP, they are the different modules, FICO. I will come to the modules. So you should know the module. Second thing, you should also know the operations. Now think about, you are going to discuss business with the people who are working 15 years into the business. Okay, and you are discussing the manufacturing processes with them, and you don't have any idea about the manufacturing processes. A consultant need to ask hundred of intelligent questions to get the requirement from the business. And if you don't have operation exposure, you will never be able to ask those questions. अगर manufacturing में कभी काम ही नहीं किया है, how does the production order works? How does the production happens? What kind of resources are required? What kind of challenges are there? If you don't know that part, you will never be a good consultant, right? That's why the operation experience is very important. That's why I'm doing this session. That's why I also converted my profile as a production quality planning after working and the plant maintenance after working onto those areas for 4 years. I converted my profile as a consultant profile. Okay, and my operation experience, believe me, the most which helped me during the consulting is my operations experience. When I am discussing the business with my counterpart, with my business to understand what is their business process, I can understand what terminology they are using. With their speaking, I can visualize what kind of business process they have. I would be able to tell them what kind of problems they would be having, right? So I would be able to do the better consulting. In many places, you need to also suggest them, boss, this is your business process. This is the SAP business process. I suggest that SAP business process is better. You modify your business process and you follow the SAP business process. Now, these discussions would be very heated arguments, and you need to have a very sound knowledge on SAP plus on the business operations so you can defend what process you are doing. You should be able to show pros and cons that if you follow the SAP process, what benefits you get it. If you don't follow the SAP processes, what can be the drawbacks to would be there. Okay, and then from there you need to find it out that okay, what are the processes are fit which we can fit in SAP, that we identify it as a fits, and what are the gaps are there, then we need to also identify the gaps. Okay, so two things would be coming it up from here. One thing which will be coming it up is fit, and second thing which will be coming it up here from the initial discussion is gap. Or who are doing all this discussion? You are doing. You are the consultant, right? So two things will be coming. The fits will come up. The processes which can fit. For the fits processes, you need to identify that what kind of master data would be required. You need to explain the business that boss, to do this, you need a customer master data, you need a vendor master data. Under this customer, these are the 100 fields. This field means this. You need to create a template. You need to collect the master data. And there would be within the fits also to exactly fit the business process into the system, you need to fine tune the master data elements and tell them what master data they need to maintain. And you need to also do the configurations. You need to also do the configuration in the system, right? After doing the master data setup configuration in the system, then you need to do the testing also. You need to do the unit test. You need to do the integration testing. And then you need to also make sure that the user understand this, user learn this, you need to train them, and then they would be doing a UAT, user acceptance testing, and then finally we'll be going ahead. Dustman is asking, what is master data? Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to update yourself with latest SAP videos. Master data is the data which does not change frequently. Let's say you create a customer in SAP. Your customer in SAP is your master data. You would be selling a product through SAP. You need to create a product in SAP, your product would be the master data. Then you would be finding the gaps. Ki boss, as per the business process, business wants this, SAP has this. There is a gap in between. Business process does not fit into the SAP. So to make sure that these gaps are fulfilled, there are some additional developments are required. Okay, you need to change the code. Now, SAP front end, what we see at the back end, there is a ABAP code. There is a UI5 code. Multiple different coding languages, the code has been written. At the back end, the code is there. So you need to also change the code. Okay, so for that changing the code, you need to do a lot of developments, right? You would not be doing a development. Now, there's a two kind of consultants out there. Functional consultant would be doing all the discussion with the business. That would be the functional consultants. These developments would be done by the technical consultants. Generally, people who comes from the operations business, they become the functional consultant. People who comes from the technical background, they become the technical consultant. Technical consultant would be doing the changes as per required. Now, these technical consultant does not know the business. They does not know the operations, how the operations happens, what kind of things happen. That functional consultant know. So functional consultant become a bridge between the business and the technical consultant. They would be gathering the information, and this information they transform it into the functional. There is a document we create which is called the functional specification. Functional specification would be telling that what is the business requirement, why SAP standard cannot fit, and what is the logic, what business want, what things need to be changed. It need to be a little bit into the SAP technical language, means the tables, BAPIs, functional modules, that thing need to be mentioned so that the technical consultant can understand it. And based on that, technical consultant would be doing a development. Technical consultant to do the development, if any information is required, he does not go to the business. He comes to the functional consultant. Functional consultant would be explaining it to them. And once that has been done, then functional consultant would be doing the unit testing. They would be testing it thoroughly, whether the development has been correctly done. And then they would be creating a training documents. They would be training the business that this process need to be used this way. And then business would be got trained. They would be also doing a testing. And then finally it will go live. So this requires a lot of tasks, a lot of things which is required. And I have created a 70 hours of training on this. I call it as a SAP Job and Mastery and Implementation Project Exposure, right? All of you need to know that what would be the thing happen. Then this is a 70 hours of training. Only, not onto any module, only to understand what a consultant do in implementation and in a support project. There is a 70 hours of training, which we give as a complimentary in our bundle courses. So if you will be coming to us for a training, this 70 hours of training would be giving it to you as a complimentary training, which is a self-paced training, right? Which you will be learning that what consultant does. And this is a game changer. Most of the people from our institute who are getting placed, they are getting placed because of this training, Job and Mastery. So, so this would be the implementation consultant work. They would be discussing with the business. They would be doing configuration. They would be helping to set up the master data. They would be training them. They would be testing it. There's a lot of activities in the project happen. That's why the SAP projects are 10 months, 12 months, 18 months project. It's not a 30 hours. It's not a 90 days project. It would be not only the one project, the one phase of the project, which is, you can say that one wave of the project itself will go for a year. And there can be the multiple waves, country by country, there can be the multiple waves, which can take the project to up to 10 years. Okay, so this is the part where the consultants would be involved. Once the implementation is done, once the go live is done and business is using SAP, then it comes to the support consultants. Support consultant would be supporting the existing business who is using SAP. If there is any problem in SAP, they found any bug, any issue can be multiple kind of issues. Authorization nahi hai, authorization is not there. They are not able to understand the process. They are doing the wrong transaction, or actually a bug found it out, and those kind of things need to be resolved. These goes as a ticket. Tickets has been created for them, and those tickets goes to the support consultant, and they need to work on to fixing those issues. Not only the problems and bugs, support consultants also get the improvements, a lot of improvements. The major roles would be doing the improvements. Because once business starting using the SAP, then they understand the capability of SAP. Then they actually understand कि भैया what is required from a ERP product. मुझे क्या चाहिए? SAP understand after business understand after using SAP for 2 years. I personally say that the real requirement which comes from the business is actually after the 2 years of SAP implementation. Because after the 2 years, they are into the mature into SAP, they understand what SAP can do, and they also understand what they require from SAP, how SAP can help them in their business. Then they know that. Then the real requirements comes up. Those improvement, a new report is required, or a new business process came up, right? All of these things would be handled by the support consultant. For support consultant also, in these things, they need to discuss with the business, they need to take the requirements, they need to understand, they need to configure the system, they need to identify if it is a gap. If it is a gap, the technical consultant need to be involved. They need to create a function specification. Everything will happen, but it will happen in a small scale for 4 to 5 requirements, not as a big scale as the implementation project. Okay, but these frequent improvements every quarter, you will see 10 or 15 improvements would be coming to a support consultant. You need to discuss with business and you need to make sure that this particular improvement has been delivered back to them. And for existing business, any problems are coming, that would be coming as the tickets, which you need to resolve. Improvements come as the CRs, change requests. So there also a lot of support consultant would be requiring it, who would be supporting the existing business which has been gone live. If you will start your career, there is a high chance you might be starting it with the, there is a high chance you might be starting it with the SAP as a support consultant. Generally, the new people, we put it onto the support so that they get some exposure. The implementation would be having a lot of front ending with the business. You need to be very sound on SAP. You need to be very sound on business processes. You need to have very good communication so that you can handle the implementations. Although I did my first project itself, I did an implementation. Support project I did very later, right? You can do it. It's not you cannot do it, but a lot of places we try to give chance to the new people onto the support projects first before we put into the implementations. Okay, so this is what you understand what is the operations, and you also understand what are the SAP consultant would be doing. What is operation experience? What does the operation people does, and what is the SAP consultant people does? I will quickly check if we have any questions. Right now, I see some people has raised the hand. You can lower down the hands. The hand raising will be starting once I finish all this mind map topics. Then I will say that, okay, bhaiya, we'll give unmute access up. Now you can speak. But first, I will go and check what are the questions into the question and answer window. Amit is saying, I'm working as a SAP support consultant, not getting enough SAP job openings. Most companies are asking early joining, and my company notice period is 90 days. I will speak. This is one of my favorite topic, Amit. Stay on there. I don't want to get diverted, but this is one of my favorite topic. 90 days period is a blessing for you. There can be nothing better in India than the 90 days notice period if you understand how to use it. I will come to it. Stay with me till last, Amit. She is asking, the topic is from operations to consultant in this course for the beginners also, or only for the people working the operation. I am not from the operations. Okay. Now, Shri is saying कि भैया आप तो बोल रहे हो कि operations to the consulting, which we are saying, and if I don't have operations experience, how I can convert my profile into the consulting, right? So if you are worked into particular operation stream and you're going into the consulting career, it would be little bit easy for you. If you does not have any operations experience, I have a people, complete freshers also coming to me. We have converted them into SAP consultants or as into SAP profiles. We have given them the target path that what they need to follow it, right? They need to put more efforts. Okay, whatever in our trainings, whatever the things we explain it, we started from the business process. So we explain you the business process. कि ये business process है. But if you have never worked onto the operations, I expect you go one step ahead and you jump into the internet, you watch a lot of YouTube videos about those processes so you can feel yourself inside the processes. Although you have not practically worked onto the operations, but if you're consulting, let's say sourcing and procurement, I would like you to expand your hands and try to understand what happens in the sourcing, what happens into the procurement, what are the business scenarios, different terminologies used in the different industries. Go deeper. Okay. So that you need to make a little bit more efforts in that case. Sujata is asking SAP EWM and S4HANA is same. I'm parking the question. It's I will answer it at the last. I don't want to divert from the topic as of now. Chetan is asking, I'm switching my career from production to SAP MM. Recently, I have done my global certification and now I'm giving interviews, but I came to know that the companies are only interested to hire freshers with the domain experience of 1 to 2 years. Please give me suggestions. So if you're switching from production to SAP MM, I need to understand more, Chetan. So stay till last. I will ask you to unmute. I need to understand what kind of work you have done as a production. In the production, have you worked into the sourcing or procurement, or you have worked as a as a production engineer. If you have worked as a production engineer, why you are going to SAP MM? I want to understand that. So I'm parking your question also. Rupesh wants to understand which module he would be picking it up. I would be coming to the selecting a module next. Just stay tuned in. Your question would be answered, Rupesh, into the next mind map which I'm going to follow. Then I have a question from Krishna. I am working as a technical now. Please suggest me better career change module to start functional consultant. Krishna, you also stay tuned in. I need to understand what actually you are working on before I just don't want to with one line statement आपका भविष्य decide कर दूं मैं नहीं करना चाहता. That I don't want to do it. I would be allowing you to unmute yourself at the end, explain in detail, भैया, what are you doing it, so that I can make a better, I can help you to take a better decision. Okay. Okay, people are asking the career related questions. Career related question, I will pick it up at the end. Let's move ahead. If you understand the operations job and the consultant job, what would be happening? Let's move ahead next. Now the question comes here, why people want to shift from operations to consulting? You all came here because somewhere, somehow you understand that, I want to shift from operation to the consulting job profile. Why? Let me understand your answer, right? Why do you think that you should be jumping from operation to consulting? Or why people think about कि operations छोड़ते हैं, let's leave the operation and go to the consulting? Career growth, Rupesh said, भैया, career growth and salary. Work on skill-based job. More skill is required. If the more skill is required, you also get the more monetary benefits. Packages are very good in the consulting. Salary, better salaries, better opportunities. Less learning in the operations, or we can say not less, but limited learning, because you need to do a same kind of job again and again, Tanmay. Very good. That's right. Better career growth. Okay. Now let's see that why people shift. You all have answered it very correctly. What I feel that first thing why people go to the consulting career is to get rid of monotonous job. In operations, sometimes you say that, yeah, last 2 years I'm doing same kind of thing, right? Initially 3 months, 6 months, it was exciting. Now I'm doing same kind of, the truck comes, I noted down what is the material, I do the good receipt, I'm standing into the manufacturing line. Now I understand the machines, now I understand the product. Now I need to just make sure that the people are onto their lines, the production is happening, and the product is coming it out. It's a monotonous job. Sometimes it becomes boring, right? And the learning also, you feel, yeah, up to see clears up. What next? But management would like to see that, okay, you have learned that, so you work on this at least for next 3-4 years, right? So sometimes it become boring, right? Monotonous job, right? Then initial 4 years, so I will give you my example. Second thing is that to learn the different industry sectors. In the initial 4 years, when I was into the operations, I got exposure to the automobile industry. When I jump into the consulting, the first project I did is with the food manufacturing. Second project I did with the consumer goods. Third project I did with the automobile. Fourth project I did with the steel industry. Fifth project I did with the chemical industry. Sixth project I did again with the steel industry. Seventh project I did in the construction industry. Eighth project I did into the high-tech industry, right? And the current project which I am doing it is on the healthcare, right? So I am a mechanical engineer. I know the production processes, quality processes, and then I expanded myself into the full supply chain to understand the full supply chain processes. But then I also have hunger to know more about that, how these processes happen into the different industries, how these processes happen into the different countries, right? So that industry exposure, which is limited into the operations, will become very wide when you jump into the consulting. And it also makes sure you are same operation guy, but you are now intelligent operation guy. So what you do, if I need to just draw a line there, what is the difference between operations and consulting? a functional consultant, and operation job. The operation guy follow the process. Functional consultant, they create the processes. That is only different. You still, if people ask me, yeah, why you have jumped from, you are a mechanical engineer guy, why you jumped into the IT? Why IT? Why you left your core? I tell them, yeah, I have never left my core. I am working into the IT product to make sure that the business operations are streamlined. So I'm still working onto the business operation. My all discussions happens throughout the day into the clients is on the business processes. The configuration is, itna sa part. And that also has gone for me because I have now the junior consultant who do the configuration. I more handle into the business discussion to understand what is the business requirement, architecturing that what kind of solution can be there in SAP or a combination of SAP and the custom solution. And the configuration is done by the junior consultant. Configuration is only 10 to 15% part of a SAP career profile or a SAP consultant profile, right? So I'm still as a core mechanical engineer who right now is not following the processes, but who is creating the processes so that business has a good processes which has been now followed again by the operations people, right? So that is a difference. So that would be having a lot of exciting discussion. You would be need to know to the different people. You need to meet every year or 2 years. Your project will change. Your industry will change. You will come to know about the multiple different industries. That is that kind of thing you will be getting it into the consulting. Better career growth and opportunities, definitely. Definitely the better career growth and opportunities there. And I will specifically talk about the career growth is a monetary growth. We all understand, right? After all, we work so that the salary come. अगर मैं बोलूँ कि यार 2 साल काम करो कोई salary नहीं मिलेगा, nobody will work, right? We all want to earn more, right? That's what we want to do it. Now, can you tell me that I'm working on an X job with A salary. After 1.5 years, I have changed to Y. What would be the salary difference between A and B? From A to B, what percentage of the salary can be increased in operations in 1.5 year? What percentage increase in operations and what percentage increase in consulting? Considering that you are into the initial career profile of up to 5 years of experience you have. 5 to 7 years of experience have. Operations consulting. In 1.5 year, I'm getting 30 percentage, 5% in operation, 10% in operation, 20% in consulting, 7%, 7 to 8% in operations, 10% operations, 20%, 5% in operations, 7 to 10% in the consulting, 20 to 30, 20% in operation, 200% in consulting, Sanjay said, 30 to 35% in consulting, 7 to 8 in operations. Okay. We all understand the operation wise, the career growth is not that high. And I will be giving you with the examples. I will take my example itself. I was working in a company X in a package of somewhere around 8 lakh rupees. And I did two shifts. From this X company, I move it to Y. And from Y company, I move it to X. And it happens in 1.5 years. It happened in 1.5 years. And when I was working in the same company X, when I was working, my package was 32 lakhs. In 1.5 year, I moved from 8 lakh to 32 lakh. This is 4 times, which is 500%, which is 500%. And when I jumped from my operations to consulting, I need a career start, so I didn't make a big jump. I have just made a jump only on somewhere around 10 to 15%. I want to badly do a consulting job. I did a 10 to 15. It was after the the market crisis which happened. The jobs was less, so I jumped into the 10 to 15% or somewhere around 20%. I jumped into the consulting career. And after I jump into the market got improved and my operations people, they all get a sudden hike of 25% flat because market become good. And last year we were not having a promotions. We were not having an increment. They give promotions to everyone and 25% hike also. And people were laughing at me, right? They were saying, Ki, Bhaiya, what you got? Your salary is less than us. You're working into the consulting, right? You're working. But when I get 1 year of experience in the consulting, I got a on-site opportunity. In on-site opportunity also, it was a 2 years of project. If I calculate what I was earning on an on-site opportunity, and that was very early stage of the career, that kind of on-site opportunity in operations, only the 10 plus years of people experience, they get it, right? My earning was more than AGM, Assistant General Manager earning, which was happening into the operations. My earning is more than that. Although my package was less, but my earning was more than that because of the on-site opportunity. I went into the Africa, huge per diems. The difference between the dollar and INR also got increased. No expenditure, everything has been borne by the company. So the earning become very high. And then slowly my package also got shipped. This is my experience. You say, कि sir, आप तो top हो कोई तो आप तो कर सकते हो. How about the other people? Give you another example. Today morning, I did one career counseling session. A TM consultant. He's starting with the TM. Okay. 1 year ago, he was working on an X package. Right now, with 1+1 shift, he is working into the Y company with 3X package. His package is A here. Here his package is 3A, which is 400% growth. Sorry, 200% growth, not 400, 200% growth. 100% is double, 200% is 3 times, which is 200% growth. Here it is 300%. I make the figure wrong, right? Which is a 200% growth. So these kind of growth can happen. 3 days back, I want to take somebody on the Sastrageek roles I was discussing with one of our student. She has a 2 years in operations experience, 2 to 3 years in operations, and then she shift into the consulting. She is working with the 2 years of experience in Deloitte, and her package is 17 lakh. And the people who was working with her into the operation, they are still working in the package of 5 to 8 lakh rupees. And right now she's into the 17 lakhs. So monetary growth is there. Why monetary growth is there? क्यों इतना पैसा मिलता है SAP? The monetary growth is there because everybody cannot become SAP consultant. It's not everybody's cup of tea. It will not be easy. You all going to learn. I'm starting a batch from next Saturday. My team would be sharing all the links, but I'm going to tell you, yeah, it's not easy for everyone. It will take a lot of hard work. It will take a lot of determination. What you need to do, I will tell you. But these figures are possible. And beyond that also is possible. And it's not that I have done it. What I have done it, I also believe that you can do better. Right? You can do better. I do so many of career counselings. I see people working with the 6 years experience, 8 year experience, still between 5 to 10 lakh rupees of package. And in SAP, when you will be joining it, your package would not be that high. Don't expect that when you started your SAP career, your package will be high. But your package becomes there basically in operations, your package become 10%, 20%. Here you do a jump double, 50%, 100%. That kind of jumps you get it into the consultings rather than 10 to 20%, right? What you need to do is, see, Sanjay is saying that I have an offer on-site location for 50 lakhs from 5 lakhs within 1.5 year, from 5 to 50, 10 times, 900% growth. But I want to make sure you believe on those figures. Many times when I tell people does not believe. The people working here last year, I got 4% hike, I got 6% hike, I'm changing a job, I'm getting 15%, 20% hike. What are you talking about? Make a note, these all figures are possible. Very much possible. And even beyond that is also possible. I have achieved in my career beyond all these figures. Only doing consulting, not in the management hi-fi top roles, only doing consulting as a consultant, as a senior consultant. So better career growth and better opportunities, aankh band karke, it is there. but you need to put a lot of high efforts, because again, I'm repeating, every Tom, Dick, Harry cannot become SAP consultant. But every Tom, Dick, Harry who is determined to put the efforts, and he is not very smart even. He can takes time. He is not very smart. Can become SAP consultant if he does not quit and he continuously put the efforts. Only thing a star mark is you should have a decent communication. Communication is important. You should have a decent communication. Okay, then other thing, consulting job has a lot of reputations and the respect compared to operation. I will just give you example. If you are working in operations, I have seen that. I have seen my management. Okay, we should do like this. We should do like this. Management does not listen, and outside consultant come. He do the same thing. Same thing he will do with a good presentation, with a different pitch. He will do it. Okay, we should do like this. Management will agree, do like this. Right? So consultant has more reputation. Consultant are more kind of a respect they have. Even you as a home consultant, home employee are saying to do the same thing. Management does not agree. But outside consultant come and he says it with a different tone, different pitch, and with the good presentation slide, management agrees, right? That's where the consulting comes. Consultants are considered as smart people. They have a more analytical skills. They have a more problem solving skills. So it's kind of a treated as a more respectful job. And the people also, when I went to the first and I believe it, I have actually experienced it. When I went into my first consulting career, I went into the Africa in Kenya for my first implementation. And you know that, and it was the first workshop. And I was one of the only few consultant who was able to reach for the workshop. Rest team was still getting onboarded. And when I introduce myself, I'm a consultant into this part, and I would be helping you to do the production planning stuffs. And then within the meeting also, people start writing their questions and passing the chits to me. They even did not waited to finish that session and approach to me. They started passing the chits to me. Okay, thank you for joining this project. Can you help me to understand this part, this part? And after the session, they all gathered me around me that, okay, can you guide us in this part? Can you guide on that part? We are very new to SAP. How we can understand that? You need to help us out. So I felt that I experienced that, okay, this kind of thing I have never experienced when I was working into the operations. Operations में तो हमेशा गाली खाने को मिलती थी, right? So it's a more respectful job and it has a more reputation. It opens the door for the on-site opportunities. On-site opportunities are also there in operations. It's not like in operations, you will not get the on-site opportunities. But the only minute difference is it would be 100 to 200%, 200 times more in the consulting. 100 to 200 times more into the consulting. It opens the door to the freelancing opportunities. Again, the freelancing opportunities are there into the operations also, but operation is that, consulting is that. India market for the freelancing is slowly growing. COVID helps a lot to grow India freelancing market to grow, but still operations level India job market for the freelancing opportunity where you say, I'm not associated with any company. Let me know if you want to get any work done. I will get it work for you 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. Nobody listened to you, especially in the operations. From after COVID, in the IT, into the niche skills, into the SAP skills, people started listening to you. Now we have available on-site opportunities within India. You are sitting in India. Last 3 years, I'm doing a project for US, Europe. Because of the COVID, the market became open. They said, ki, everybody is working from home. Why should we pay to a people working into the London? Why not get a people working from India? A little less money, right? And to me, it's a lot more compared to India, right? So freelancing opportunities are much more higher into the consulting. These are the basic reasons why people look for the consulting jobs. Anyone has anything relevant question for the consulting job opportunities? Okay, anything relevant? I know that a lot of you have questions, sir. Many ye ki hai, what I can do now. I will come to that. I will answer each single question. Believe me, just stay with it with me. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to update yourself with latest SAP videos. Chong is asking, may I know what is the on-site opportunity? Is it mean that outsource to client office? Yes, outsource to a client office, which is outside your country. So I'm not sure which country you belong from, but in India, if you go outside and work for the countries which is outside India, your salaries become much higher compared to India. Please don't. Into the chat window, into the question and answers. Chat window, I will lose it. Into the question and answer windows. Kaushal is asking, is it the same for the US job market? Yes, it is same for the US job market. The consulting has all the things which I mentioned. Consulting has a more opportunities than the operations in the US job market also. But if you will compare the US consulting versus India consulting, US consulting, you need to be more skillful to get a job into US consulting, because in US consulting, the demand levels, the scales to get a US level consultant is much more higher. You should be deep knowledge. You should be having a cross multiple modules knowledge. In India, you can start your career with one module. In US, it is very difficult to start your career with the one module. You should be having a knowledge into the multiple modules. Should be very good into the communications. So in US market has a different bar levels, right? And the bar levels are more high for the consultants. But within US, operation versus consultant, everything is true, which I mentioned here. I have a RISE FW question. I'm parking it. Just holding. It's very late if someone has 8 years of experience in Okay, I have a question from Anonymous. Is it very late if someone has 8 years of experience in operation to move to consulting? Not at all late. 5 to 10 years is expectable. I consider 4 to 8 years is the window, which is the best window. 4 to 8 years of operation experience, jump into the consulting is the best window. 5 to 10 years or 3 to 10 years is expanded window, not have a problem. If you have a experience more than 10 years into the consulting, still you can do it. But more the experience you have, the more learnings you need to do in SAP. One module will not be enough. You need to justify your experience, right? So you need to put more efforts. Beyond the 10 years of experience, you need to put more efforts to switch your careers. I have a people with the age of 53 and 54 also. They started the SAP consulting career with us after taking training from us, but they have done multiple trainings, at least 4 or 5 trainings, and dedicatedly they worked for 2 years trying, and then they cracked it. The more the experience, the more efforts you need to put beyond 10 years. Please mention your question into the question and answer window, not into the chat window. So this question has been answered. Certification is mandatory for consulting. Please tell me, certification is not mandatory, but if you don't have any experience at all, and especially if you are in the US or Europe, then certification makes a lot of sense. You need to do it. Certification has a weightage, but before the certification, the weightage comes in your CV is with the experience. If you can put experience in your CV, that has a more weightage than the certification. So this question, is it possible without implementation project experience, it is possible to get a job? It is possible, but you need to show some experience. I am giving you SAP Job and Mastery so that you can showcase some experience. I am doing the internship program so that you can experience the implementation project and you can showcase it. Without implementation project, the job opportunities is, let's say, 1 2 calls in a week. If you show the implementation exposure, the interview calls will become 7 to 8 in a week. So I prefer you to work deep, do the job and mastery, attend the internship program, and show some implementation exposure. How you would be showcasing you? That full job and mastery course is made for that purpose only, Amol. Full-time job or contract-based job, both are available. The packages which I was discussing, the percentage hike which I was discussing was a full-time job. The contract level job which I am doing it is much higher than those packages. Okay, now we have people coming with the Chongmi is having a question related to the career, how he can start. I will park it. This question I have answered it already. Sanjay is saying, I am the consultant after 22 years and 49 years old. After 22 years, Sanjay become a consultant and he's the age of 49. He's a very good example. Kalpana is asking, how would like to understand how to prepare differently to be a consultant in US. To be consultant in US, Kalpana, you need to put more efforts. Try to learn more than one module. Whichever the module you are learning it, go to the excellence level of that module. Do the internship program so that you have implementation knowledge, and then by showcasing some experience, you would be able to become a consultant in US. We can talk in more detail next. Okay, I have a lot of questions, but I'm jumping to cover the content and then we'll be covering the questions. Few things I have already talked about. Do operation experience matter? It matters a lot. In my consulting career, if you will ask me and you ask me, what does it matter? Your SAP learning or the operations experience? Definitely with the SAP learning, I was able to start my career as a SAP consultant. But when I jumped into my consulting careers and when I do on my day-to-day activity as a consultant, what does help me? My operation experience helped me a lot. My operations experience helped me a lot to discuss the things with the business because I have worked into the quality, I have worked into the production, I worked into the plant maintenance, I have worked into the planning, I know the warehousing, I know how the materials comes, how the material got dispatched, how the materials are stacked into the different places, how the transportation happens. All these areas I have worked in deeper in the operation for 4 years. And that helped me a lot when I do the consulting. I can understand the business process. I can ask them the cross question. I can ask them why you are doing this process, why not this? This process can be better for you. So I can do all this discussion because of my operations experience. So operation experience has a lot of weightage. At the start of the career, monetary wise, you will see that your operation experience has been ignored. But once you get a 1 or 2 years of experience, the previous experience also you can count it. It counts a lot. In the last project when we were drafting a requirement or job description, and me and the IT director, we both are into the same knowledge set, and we are onto the same page. He also understands that I can take a people who is having the requirement was that we should be having a 5 years of SAP experience minimum, and then we put it that it should also be having a 5 years of industry experience. We say that we can take a people who is having a 3 years of SAP experience, but 5 years of industry experience is required. 5 years you need to work as a manufacturing. That was the requirement. If somebody is coming, he is having a 6 years of experience in SAP, but 1 year into the production, we were preferring a guy who is having a 3 years in SAP and 5 years in the manufacturing domain experience. Because we know that your domain experience has a lot of value. This will help you a lot into the consulting. So domain experience, don't take it lightly. Your companies are taking it lightly to pay you less, might be, right? But you don't take it lightly. Okay, whatever the work you are doing it, make sure you know each and every part of the work. Why we do this in the operations? Why not in another way? Right? You should be knowing that that will help you a lot into the consulting. So experience matters. Operation experience get counted if you want to get it counted. If you know how to get it counted, it will get counted. If you say, no, sir, only 1 year experience, I have 1 year. Many times I start the interview, how many years of experience you have? Sir, I have 2 years of experience. When I go ahead and I understand this guy is having actually total 8 years of experience, 6 years in operation, but he himself is not giving any weightage to the operations experience, then why should the other party will give it? Right? So you need to understand your operation experience has weightage. Once you understand, once you will start giving a weightage to it, other people will also give weightage to it. So don't underestimate your operations experience. It has a lot of value in the consulting career. And one more thing, many people leave the jobs, operations job to start the consulting job. SAP offers key 20 days, program, 15 days, we need to give this certification program. Many people are not able to take leave, they leave the job and do the programs. I don't suggest that at all. Your experience has value. Make sure you need to convert your profile by working into a consulting job, by working into operation job, you need to convert into a consulting. It is possible, and I will let you know what is the way to do it. Okay, we are starting our multiple SD, MM, PP, FICO batches, and the links are also coming onto the chat. If you want to join, the first session would be happening on the coming Saturday. Now, what does it require to make a shift? भैया shift कैसे होगा? How does we make a shift? First thing you need to do is select your module. We need to select the module. Okay. A lot of people also need help selecting in a module. You can book a one-to-one session with me, or you can stay till the last and I will be going through your story. Ki bhaiya, what kind of experience you have. I would be helping you to select a module. But generally, we have these core modules for a functional consultants. If you are from the sales and marketing background, okay, you can go for SD. If you are from the manufacturing, if you are a production engineer, other than PP, there cannot be any another module, better module for you. I don't know from where so many production engineers, mechanical engineers worked in 3 years or 4 years in the production as a production engineering. And when I said at which module you are doing, they said, sir, MM, materials management. Why? Why not a PP? PP is a niche module, has a lot of requirement if you have a skill set. Sourcing and procurement. If you are a part of the inventory management, if you're part of the sourcing team, procurement teams, you should go for sourcing and procurement. If you have a finance background or if you are part of accounts payable, account receivables in the finance, FICO is a module for you. If you are coming from the technical backgrounds, okay, and if you don't want to do for the coding, all these modules are non-coding modules. There is no coding required. There is no technical background required. Functional background, domain experience is always beneficial to start this module. People would be able to put less, also would be too high. The efforts would still be required, but compared to a fresher, your efforts would be less if you have operations experience, right? But no technical background is required for these ones. These modules, there is no technical background is required. If you have a technical background, you can go for ABAP module, that is writing the codes, the technical part. Or if you say that I have a technical background, but I don't want to go for the coding, then you can go for a basis module. In the basis module, we would be having the coding is not required, but the system administration need to be done. That kind of module is the basis module. So based on that, you can select your module. If you're still not clear that how to select your module, put your story in detail, what kind of things you have done. In the question and answer window, I will quickly jump from the top to bottom and answer your questions one by one. So first thing you need to do, ki bhaiya, select your module. Once the module is selected, then you need to find for a guided and structured training content. Training content is not a problem. I always tell to my students that we are not, as a Sastrageek, we are not into the learning or the training business. We are into the structured learning business because the content is available on the internet. There is no content which we are training might not be there in any part of the internet world. It is there at some part of the world, right? SAP Help is full of free content. You can go there, right? YouTube has so many videos, you can go there. Udemy offers you in the 500 rupees, you can go there. So content is there everywhere. And that is the biggest problem. Right now, the problem is not the content. The problem is too much of the content, right? Now, people understand that if they want to become a consultant, they need to know so many things which is available on the internet, but that is not true. People understand that if I want to become a consultant, I need to read these 4 big books which SAP provide me. Then only I will become a consultant. And many people fail in that. Those 4 big books which SAP gives, they are never able to finish it. It's very difficult. It requires a lot of dedication, self-motivation to do that. But the actual thing is that I have done that. I have read all these 4 big SAP books. And when I jumped into the consulting, when I was doing the consulting, I came to know only hardly 5 to 10% is used to do the consulting. That time, the PP content was covering 40% content of APU, which PP consultant never do. APU consultants are separate consultants, right? So SAP books has a lot of content. Not each and every content you need to know to become a consultant. right? You need to know a structured, focused, with hands-on experience way and path to get your done. People go into the YouTube, they watch one video, the YouTube from one video, it takes you to another video, third video, fourth video. You need to go into this path, but you will find that from the YouTube, you're going into some this path. So there's a lot of gap. So this is, we call it analysis paralysis. Analysis is good. Browsing is good. But to find a particular answer of your question, go and do the browsing, right? But don't get distracted with so much of content. Don't go into the paralysis mode. Do analysis, but don't go into the paralysis mode. Paralysis mode is that you put it one topic and you're just for 1 week searching on that, watching different videos, one video linked to another. Starting with the module, you jumped into the FICO and then into the PPMRP part, and then what thing you want to actually do it, not doing it, right? So it's very important that you should have a structured training content, which you need to follow it step by step. Tuck, 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 tuck. This we need to do it. This is very important. Structured training content is very important. You can go and check. We have a bundle links already given to you. The batch schedules is also given to you. We take you into the structured content, which you need to follow step by step, do the exercise in the system, and then become a consultant. One thing, I can give you all the resources. Even I can give you the 200% guarantee. It's a 200% guarantee. The content which I am giving you in the structured way, if you follow and complete your assignment, you will become a consultant with the star mark if you have a decent communication. What thing you need is determination to complete what we are giving, right? You should be having a dedication, you should be having a willpower. Okay? Dedication and willpower, that should be there. And one another thing which you want is the motivation. From where the motivation comes, we are sitting here to motivate you. Why I do the live session? As soon as you will join, I will give all the content as recorded to you. Then why do I do a live sessions? The basic reason for the live session is to make you in a discipline, right? Every week you need to sit, and I would be particularly asking, boss, why are you sitting like this? Are you came for watching a movie? Right? You need to complete your assignments. Where is your assignments? Why you have not completed? We'll be questioning you. We'll be motivating you. Would be putting in your discipline structure, right? That's why we have created a bundle which can cover all the things, which has all the self-paced recorded videos. If you're not able to attend the live session, you can go through the recordings. If I am starting from the next week, you want to start from today itself, the recordings are there. If you want to be better in the class, you want to watch the recording first on the topic, then you want to jump into the class. So all the recorded sessions are there. The live sessions are also happening. 3 months of complimentary system hands-on complimentary system access has been given. Help for the certification preparation has been given. Help for the interview preparation has been given. One-to-one sessions for a career counseling you can book with me. That options is also available. A community on the Telegram has been given where you can have work with each other with the co-partners, and then you would be able to learn together. You can ask to the community, get to the community, and give to the community. That has been given. Interview preparation question has been given, certification preparation questions has been given, job hunt mastery has been given, and on top of that, you can also follow the internship program where you will be sitting as a consultant to complete a simulative end-to-end implementation project. All of the resources, I can give it to you. What I need from you is a commitment. You need to commit to yourself that you would follow the process, you will do the things, all of the resources I can put in place for you, right? You need to commit that you would be able to do it. Other problem, a lot of problem, you will be getting it. You might not be successful. The reason for you is that you will not be able to manage your time. Time management is important. Our courses are structured. We give it in a week 5 hours of training. But we expect, apart from our 5 hours of training, in a week you should be spending total 20 hours. 5 hours of our live training and then 50 hours of additional efforts from your side. And I don't want you to leave your existing jobs to do it. So we try to do our sessions off time. We have a recorded content also if you required. We try to do our live sessions off time so that you should be able to attend. And it's not on daily. It would be one session on the weekday and one session on the weekend. For FICO, both sessions are on the weekend. For PP, one session is there on to the Sunday evening, one session on the Monday evening is there. So we try to do the session in that way that it's off time so that you should be able to attend, and 1 or 2 days you need to manage to attend those sessions, right? So, but still, some of you would not be able to manage your time, right? So you need to work on your time management. You need to make sure you cut down all the places which is taking unnecessary time for you. The social media applications, other parts, okay, which is distracting you. You just open Instagram and you never feel that, yeah, 15 minutes where I spend it. All the defocus thing, if you are focusing on something, try to remove out your clutter, right? Remove out anything which is defocusing you, whether it's a WhatsApp group, okay, take a break from it. Ask them, sir, I'm working on something. I'm leaving this group for 6 months, will be joining back. Instagram, if it's taking a lot of time from you, delete it, remove from your it. Okay, you need to buy the time. Your existing job, if you're spending 12 hours, 13 hours for it, reduce it. They are paying you for the 9 hours. You pay dedicated 9 hours to them doing their work, but you limit to the 9 hours. Try to give the rest 2, 3 hours each day to your SAP learning. So you need to take those calls. Otherwise, I meet the people, sir, a lot of work is there. I'm not able to focus. Every day I'm coming 10 p.m. From my office, spending 14 hours. Things are required. Nobody's going to die if you reduce your hours until unless you're working as a doctor, right? So your job is important. The 9 hours are important. Give that dedicated 9 hours and don't do anything else. Just do the work for your company. Who is giving you bread and butter? Respect that bread and butter, but work dedicatedly 9 hours for them. But beyond 9 hours, try to spare out the time. Try to take a call. Tell manager, sir, 9 hours ही कर सकता हूँ मैं. Anyhow, you don't want to continue that job. Anyhow, you don't want a promotions in that job, right? You want to play a game in a different league. You don't belong to that league, right? You want to jump into a different league. So some risk you need to take it out to call it out. Ki, this work I'm spending 9 hours, rest work I'm giving into my learnings where I want to go grow. So time management, if you will not be able to do it, you will not be able to become SAP consultant. Okay. It requires a lot of time and efforts. Again, I'm repeating. Now, how you get a job? Implementation exposure would be required. You will go and find a job, sir. Nobody wants to give a chance to the fresher. Everybody wants to give a chance to the experienced people. From where I will get the experience? From where I will get the implementation exposure? I told you, every single resource I will provide you. I am giving this consulting and training together dedicatedly. I'm doing from 7 years, but my total training experience started from 10 years ago. I did a lot of experiences with the trainings. Believe me, right? I introduced a lot of things. I removed a lot of things. Every year in our trainings, you will see that something got changed, right? 3 years back, I started SAP Job and Mastery. When I understand that a lot of people gain the knowledge कर लिया, certification they have it, but they are not able to do the work as a consultant. They are not able to crack the interviews. They are not able to convert as a consultant job. What is the reason? Reason is that the market required ready resources. Okay, they don't need half-cooked resources. They need fully cooked resources who can directly work into the projects. Because understand it, this is not a small IT product. ERP is the heart of a company. Okay, $1 billion or $100 billion company, if you're working for, ERP is a pumping heart. If something happened to that pumping heart, the full business around the globe can be disturbed. So they don't want unexperienced people. They don't want unexperienced people. Experienced people are required because this is a quite serious job. It is not as serious you are fighting in a military or that. Not that serious, but it has from the corporate world side. It's too serious job. That's why it is paid high. Okay, specific skill set is there, it's paid high. So that's why the experienced people are required, especially in the functional consultants. Experience would be required. From where you'll be getting experience, the SAP Job and Mastery, the 60, 70 hours of complimentary course would be giving the implementation exposure. Then you can subscribe 2 bundles from us. If you have taken the 2 bundles from us, we give you the free internship program where we will make you sit into a batch of internship and there basically will give you assignment. It would be a simulation project with SD, MM, PP, FICO. Now we are including TM and EWM also. You will sit together to complete a project. It takes 3 to 4 months to complete the project and you can do the multiple iterations. Right now, we are doing a project for a rubber roller in the current internship program. This batch did a super work in the current internship program. If you will see the BBP documents, if you will see the FS document, the process flow diagrams they have created, all are super top notch. Some are even better than my real projects. Right? So that also you can jump in. The internship program also had designed like this, that the experienced people who are working into the different places, it's an online program which they would be able to participate. And we don't charge for it. We don't pay for it because this is not a job you're doing for my client from where I'm getting a payment. We are putting a lot of efforts on it and we don't charge for it. But we only give chance to the very serious students who has subscribed the 2 bundles from us, who is giving a commitment ki yes, if the assignment is given, I will complete it, and who has completed the mastery course up to 70%. Those people will sit into the internship batch to get the implementation exposures. When you get those, इस process को go through कर लिए, if you have gone through that process, then you have so much of content to speak in the interviews, right? Then your chances of getting interviews, putting a lot of things in your CV and cracking the interviews get multiplied. That's where the success comes, right? Last part before I jump into the your questions. How to select? You are selecting, it's not important for me, you are selecting my training program. Go and select any training program, right? But make sure you are taking a right call, right? Make sure it's a structured content, okay? The structured content which you can follow step by step. Make sure which you are going for, whether it's a live instructor-led session or it's a recorded sessions, okay? Around 4 years back, we shifted when I started Sastrageek Solutions, my aim was that I will not be involved into all this live trainings take a lot of efforts from my side. I also do the consulting also. Consulting and then doing this training, it take a lot of effort. My idea was that I will create very good video content. I will give it to you. You guys learn from that. But that didn't work. When I totally try to understand how this video marketing works, the result is less than 2%. Lot of videos are available in Udemy, a lot of free content is available in SAP, then there would be a lot of consultants in the market, right? But it's not there, right? Because it's very difficult. There are only less than 2% people are the self-motivated people who can take a recorded content and consume it all with their own analysis, right? A lot of other people would require a lot of motivation. So this live sessions will fall you into a discipline, and this live session will also would fall you into a motivation. Other peoples would be there, co-learnings, you can do it. You can find your partner who will be doing this crime together to learn SAP with you, right? So those kind of things you would be able to do it. So make sure those things are available. Motivation is very important, which should be available. A good mentor and a motivator. I am sitting here, you know what is my job? I cannot learn on behalf of you. I can provide all the resources and I can motivate you. The things you need to do it, the things you need to move it, but the motivation is important. If you feel in full process you are going lack of the motivation, you are thinking कि यार छोड़ देता हूँ इसको नहीं हो रहा मेरे से. Book a session with me and have a word with me again. We'll check that what are the things you are failing, why you are quitting, what are the things not working for you, how the things can go back into the track. You can always book a session with me, one-to-one session. It's not one-to-one, it's 1 to 3. 3 people join and I listen to them and suggest them what things need to be done. Very important mechanism to convert knowledge into experience and job. How the knowledge will get converted into the experience, and then how the experience would be converting into the job. That mechanism should be there. I have developed this mechanism after talking to more than 2,000 people. Out of it, a lot of people who are not able to do it, to understand ki, "Bhaiya, why you are not able to do it." Then I have designed this mechanism. The mastery should be there, a job hunt mastery should be there, an internship program would be there. That will help you to give you content, your subject knowledge, converting into the consultant experience, then going into the job market. Okay, so that mechanism should be there. Once you have all this, you can select. I have given the links. You can go through the links if you like. You can subscribe the SDMMPP FICO. We are starting it together from coming Saturday morning. Okay, so from coming Saturday morning, we'll be starting it together. Before I jump into the question, I will quickly show you the batch schedule. Aman has already mentioned it, the batch schedule, but I will show it again. This is the batch schedule. MMPP, SD, FICO, we are starting. If you want to do any other basis, ABAP, QM, PM, we have just started. Plant maintenance, we have just started. Customer service, we are starting in the month of January. If any other module is there, drop an email, but this we are starting it together. We do 4 sessions together, Saturday, Sundays, 6:30 a.m. IST from 23rd of December. And then after that, there would be individual sessions would be there for MM Wednesday and Saturday sessions would be there. For PP, Monday and Sunday sessions are there. For SD, Tuesday and Sunday sessions are there. And for FICO, we are having Saturday, Sunday session. FICO will continue as a Saturday, Sunday. With that, I have covered all of the content which I am supposed to cover, but I still need to answer your questions. So I will go through from top and quickly, what are the things you have put it into the question and answer window that would be asking. If you have put it your question into the chat, make sure you shift it to the question and answer window so that I can answer it. In between, you can also raise your hand. So you can also raise your hand if you want to speak. So I would be answering 1 or 2 questions into the chat. Then I would be picking one person to unmute yourself to ask the question. So I'm starting with the first question. I'm working as SAP MM support consultant. Amit is asking that question. Not getting enough job openings. Most companies are asking early joining, and my company notice period is 90 days. That's why I was asking. It's very close to my heart. I love a 90 days notice period. I was telling you, right, at how I was able to switch to the up to 33.5, 33 lakh of package, right? That was 90 days of notice period. In the 90 days of notice period, what you need to make sure that you get a first offer. Okay, for the first offers you need to work for. Whatever the first offer you're getting, 25%, 30%, 40%, whatever the hike you're getting, you accept it and you put your resignations. If you're working with all the reputed companies, okay, if you're working all of the reputed companies, which I know, Deloitte, Accenture, they have automatic tool, right? You can go there and apply for the resignation. And a day before your notice period is ending, a day before or 2 days before, you can go and you can withdraw it back. Nobody will ask you anything. That is most of the reputed IT companies follow. So what you need to do it, you need to get one offer. Okay, the one offer can take time. Make sure you have a good skill set, put it on your CV. Make sure you have implementation exposure, put it on your CV. Make sure you have put it, if you are MM consultant, you are mentioning that you know the sourcing and procurement, you know the all of the things which is available in S4HANA, the Fiori part, you know the flexible Fiori workflows, new output management, business partner concepts, all this is the terminology. Mention in your CV, the calls will definitely come, the market is open, right? And then you just need a one offer letter. With one offer letter, you can always bargain with other people. This I already have offer letter with 30% hike. And once you have one offer letter, once follow others. The first one would be a pain to get it, but once you get one offer letters follow with another, and third one and fourth one, then you have a 3-4 options. Get it selected, and then you can also bargain with them based on the offer letters you have on hand. That was Amit's question. Next question, I'm moving to the Chetan. Chetan is asking, hello, sir. Thanks for having me. I am switching my career from production to SAP MM. Recently, I had done my global certification and now I am giving interviews, but came to know that the companies are not interested to hire freshers with domain experience 1 to 2 years. Please give me suggestion above. So Chetan, can you raise your hand? I will give you a chance to unmute. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to update yourself with latest SAP videos. Chetan has dropped. Okay, I will not answer the question if the guy has dropped. Let's move to next. I'll just mark it as done. Rupesh, I'm working in FG store department as SAP end user. Please refer me which module I prefer a career path. So Rupesh, you need to tell me again, if you can raise your hand, unmute yourself. You need to tell me that whether you work more into the inbound part or the outbound part. Based on that, I would be able to suggest you. Rupesh. Rupesh has raised hand or not? No, I don't see Rupesh hand raised. So I'm dropping this question also. Okay, Rupesh is now there. Yeah, Rupesh, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah, Rupesh.
Sir. I'm working in a Phenolics industry at Pune as a inward and outward process. I'm working in a SAP as a end user, like making STO invoices, good received notes, scrap invoices, sales returns, and inventory related activity.
More of the receiving part? You do more the receiving part or you do more the dispatch part?
More related to dispatch part, outbound.
More related to the outbound logistics. If you're
Yes.
more related to the outbound logistics, SD is the module for you. If you're more related to the inbound logistics, MM is the module for you. Sourcing and procurement.
Okay, SD is there, no?
Yeah, SD is the module for you.
Mm. Okay, I work with both, sir. Also inbound and outbound.
So you need to decide which one you like, whether you like the inbound processes, receiving, storing it, doing punching the invoice from the vendor side. Those is the process which you have more knowledge, or the outbound process you have more knowledge. Based on that, you can select your module.
Yes, sir. Spend more time related to the invoices, uh,
Customer invoice or vendor invoice.
customer invoice,
Okay, then you
dealers invoice.
go for the SD.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rupesh. Krishna has a question. I am working as a technical. Now, please suggest me better career change module to start functional consultant. Krishna, if you can raise your hand. I need a little bit more information. Yeah, I have Krishna. Go ahead, Krishna.
Hi, Varminder. It's nice to see you talking about the career opportunities in SAP. I'm very thankful to you.
Yeah,
Hello.
so Krishna, can you let me know that what kind of technical experience you have so that I can suggest you a little better?
Okay. I'm working as a ABAP and CRM technical consultant right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to. I'm not. It's like I thought I will now switch to functional right now. So I am done enough in the coding.
How many years in ABAP and CRM?
It's around 8 years, 8+ years.
8+ years ABAP and CRM. So in ABAP, what kind of developments you have worked? Any specific module you get more knowledge on doing the developments?
ABAP means I'm right now into more into CRM technical. So CRM wise, we have the service orders, and right now we are supporting the function Fury apps
Mm-hmm.
through the OData services.
Okay, so the CRM you have more knowledge to it, is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, how about the SD module? Did you get chance to work onto the SD module also?
Means like I have some knowledge regarding the purchase order or sales orders, but top top of the row are occupied with the CRM service orders and the those things of which are related to the CRM side. I mean, to say business partners and all those things.
Mm-hmm. So you have, with your experience, you can do one thing, that you can go for the SAP SD. CRM, I will not suggest you, because CRM is going to sunset and SAP C4C Cloud for Customer is going to take over. But if you'll see the market size, the Cloud for Customer has a lesser market size, and SD is a broader market size. So what I will suggest you start your functional consulting career with SAP SD, and later on you can try to move to C4C, hybrid side, which will be having a similar kind of things which you have learned into the CRM. But to have a wider horizon to your career, I would like, if you want to go for functional consultant, start with SAP SD module.
Okay, and miss like since SD, I think they have a lot of competition in the SD side. So can we move to production PP?
See, don't see the competition. Just see that what is the operation, what kind of business experience exposure you have. If that is not valid, see what is your interest level. Don't go for the competition. You can go for the PP module, you can go for the IBP module, you can go for TM, EWM. They all are having a less competition, huge amount of market opportunities, right? But I suggest people to go for based on two things, either their interest level or based on the business exposure they have. Right? If you have your interest level is very high onto the manufacturing side, then you can go for PP. Don't go because of the competition, because every module has a jobs, right? And you don't need all the jobs. You just need a single job.
True.
So don't just whatever thing you are learning, just go deep into it. Once you have a deep knowledge, you have shown it correctly in your CV, you will get the requirements. You will be able to go into the interviews and crack them out.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Krishna, for asking the question. Thank you for joining. Okay, next I'm going with Rahul Chaurasia. Rahul Chaurasia, I can see in the chat is also in the top, and he has also raised hand. Rahul has a question. I'm working as a SAP end user and handling sales operations. So how would I proceed from here? Anything you want to add?
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah, so sir, basically, I have also attended your session earlier, and where you suggested that working as an end user on SAP is a good position to start as a consultant. So from last 6 months, I'm working as a SAP end user, and I work on SAP Business One.
Okay,
So
you're working as a business one, but make sure that when you're showing your experience, show it as a SAP. Don't write business one.
okay. So basically, I work in a sales department where I make the quotation, the child code, parent code, and perform invoices, and I perform all the sales operation on SAP Business One.
Super. Then you are all set to go for SAP SD.
SAP SD.
All set for SAP SD. Make sure in CV don't write business one.
Okay, sir. And my current industry is supply chain.
Yeah. So this all actually supply chain is a bigger terminology. Your supply, sourcing, manufacturing, and sales. All three
Yes.
under the supply chain bucket. Right. So you are focusing on to the sales part. So go for SAP SD.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next, let me check the question from Amol. Amol has a question. I have experience in chemical production 7 years. I'm started learning PP module. Any possibility as fresher joining? So first of all, Amol, don't consider yourself as a fresher. You are not fresher. 7 years of experience is experience. Again, I was speaking, you start giving weightage to your experience, people will start give weightage. So you learn SAP PP. We have a PP links has been already shared. Go through PP, enroll for PP. When you're learning PP, we will let you know. Once you go through the SAP Job and Mastery, you will understand that how your existing experience, you would be able to manipulate it, convert it to the SAP experience, right? That some experience we need to showcase. How you would be showcasing that we would be guiding you in the SAP Job and Mastery course. Okay, and then you would be going with a little bit of some experience. Although with the fresher also you can get it, but for fresher, the opportunities are less. If you can showcase kind of a 1 year of experience or 2 years of experience, you will get more opportunities. Next question I have from Niladri Bose, working as a plant maintenance manager in a thermal power plant and using MM and PM. I want to shift to MM module. Niladri, what you do, your choice is very right. Go for sourcing and procurement, but no, don't leave PM. Sourcing and procurement and plant maintenance both together is a very good combination. Okay, I have so many consultants who are doing the both consulting. Once you have two modules, put it into it. PM is a niche module. Okay, that can give you a lot of places. PM resources are required. Nobody is there. You can go ahead. And if you have a MM experience also, the consulting company will quickly take you, because if a PM project is there, you can be placed there. If it is not there, you can be placed in any other MM module place. So make sure, based on your experience, learn both MM, which is called SAP S/4HANA Sourcing and Procurement, and the plant maintenance. Plant maintenance we are currently running. If you want to jump into the existing, you can join. And the sourcing and procurement, we are starting it from the coming Saturday. Now I will give chance to unmute Muralidharan M. Muralidharan M, please go ahead with your question. You can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead with your question, Murali.
Yes, sir. I'm having total 14 years of experience in the production department. Is it good to change my domain into PP? Is it good or bad?
Yes, you can go ahead with the PP. PP is the part where basically the domain experience is valued most. Okay, what is your approx package currently?
Now I'm getting only 10 lakh.
Yeah, so you must do it. You must do it.
Well, some of my friends suggest to pay them having so much of openings, but that much opening is not there in PP.
Okay, do you want to work for 10 jobs together or one job?
One job only. That's you said.
One job. As I said, you know that not only you, I have listened here to many people, ki MM on a lot of jobs. Let's go for it. But PP is niche. PP has a less number of jobs compared to MM for sure, but the people are also less. And there are many people who have a production experience, they are also learning MM, right? So PP has a less number of experience. And when after all of these things, when you will jump into consulting, you don't want to only crack the interview, you need to also prove yourself into your job, right? When you'll be doing a job or somebody asking and starting discussing about, oh, this is a consignment procurement where we need to do this, that thing, and things are completely bouncing away from your head because you don't have operations experience. Compared to that, somebody is discussing the production processes. You have 10 years of experience, you will be able to come into the discussion, come into the party very easily. Okay, so my strong suggestion is, Murli, please go ahead with SAP PP. It's a very good module, and there are the requirements. If you learn it in deep, if you mention your experience correctly in your CV, try to showcase a little bit of experience in that.
I'm working as a end user now. Last 5.5 years, I'm working as an end user. I can put this experience in SAP.
Super. The SAP end user are the best consultant. They become the best consultants.
Okay.
So that experience, we will guide you how you can convert into a super user experience, and then from super user experience to a consultant experience, how you can convert and put it in your CV. We will guide you for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you. That's it.
Sure. Thank you, Murli.
Thank you, sir.
Going ahead with some question from anonymous attendees. Please guide me with the certification that what all the process to be follow. Anonymous attendee, if you can raise your hand and let me know what certification you want to go for if you are still there in the call. Not in the call, so I'm skipping the answer. Then I have Ram, 2 questions. I'm working as a SAP PP consultant in GSW, but I am from production. Background. I want to know about real-time implementation in SFW. I want to Learn SAP real implementation and rise of W. So Ram, what you can do if you're already working as a PP consultant, you can subscribe our SAP Job and Mastery and Implementation Project Exposure. In that project, what I've explained from starting from a project, from the discovery phase till the go live phase, I have explained all the phases where a consultant would be working, what kind of work would be done. In that, we have a chapter of realization phase where I have explained how the rise of W would be prepared, how the development would be happening. So there's a dedicated session on the rise of Ws and the functional specification. Either you can do that, or you want actually hands-on, you want to create some functional specification with your own hands, then you can jump into the internship program. Okay. So support team, please send the link to Ram for both internship program and the job and mastery, both links. Then I have a question from Chong. I am accounting operations SAP end user background. May I know what is the first step I should jump into SAP consulting job? Should I change my job to consulting now, but is they willing receive me without consulting background? The first job when you will be doing it, definitely it would be without consulting background only, right? So if you are from the accounting background, Chunk, first thing you need to do is select a module as FICO, learn the FICO module, and then try to go with that. And with our trainings, which will be giving it to you, you would be able to have a exposure to the implementation also. Once you complete the SAP Job and Mastery, by using that course, you would be able to showcase some consulting experience also if required. And based on that also you can go. So purpose of internship program and purpose of job and mastery program is so that you can showcase some experience. I will give someone who has raised the hands, Hemavati. Please go ahead with your question.
Paminda, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm already in SAP world for past 15 years. Okay. But when I heard some consultants calling themselves as SEM consultants, is there any specific course for being an SEM consultant, or it's just that they know the knowledge of all PP, MM, PP together is called as SEM consultant?
SCM consultant, right?
Yeah.
Now, Hema, SCM consultant, now SCM has a different terminology from SAP side. So what business terminology SCM and what SAP terminology SCM is a little different.
Okay.
SCM is supply chain management, which I was saying that from supply till the distribution and fulfillment, right?
Yeah.
That is supply chain. But what SAP prepared a separate box after ECC. In that box, they have put it some modules like APO module, EWM module. Okay, some specific modules they have put it. And then because of that modules, people call them as that was part of the SCM box. People call them as a SCM consultant. In general, when people call them as a SCM consultant, they are actually the APO consultants, advanced planning and optimization.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
So in SAP terms, SCM is different, and in the business functional term, SCM is a little different. So most of the time, if somebody is asking SCM, you just go through detail of their profile. They must be the APO consultant, advanced planning and optimization.
Okay. One more question. Sorry, I won't take that much time. When you say there's a bundle course, this bundle course covers all these internship program and then the job and mastery, everything together, right?
No, bundle program does not cover the internship.
Okay.
But bundle program cover the job and mastery. It covers your live training. It covers your recorded videos of the current session. It covers the dynamic recorded sessions. It covers the recording of the step-up circles, which right now we are going through. It covers the job and mastery course. It covers the interview preparation product. It covers the certification preparation product. Okay, that product has been covered, and the 3 months of complimentary server access. That is been covered by the mastery bundle. Internship program, we give it free if anyone has subscribed us with the 2 bundles. You have taken the mastery bundle also, and you have taken the excellence bundle also, or you have taken the mastery bundle of the 2 modules from us. Then complimentary, we give you the internship program.
Okay. Otherwise, as individually, we can we apply for this internship program? That's not possible independently.
See, why we say that the 2 courses you have not taken from us, because the internship program, we would be giving you the assignments, right?
Yeah.
Apart from the two bundle success, you need to also make sure that the 1 mastery bundle you have completed as a 70%. Okay. And you are willing to complete the assignments. These 3 criteria need to meet. 2 bundle subscription, mastery bundle 70%, one of the course, and you are willing to complete the assignments. Once you have done these 3, then you will be coming into our internship program. So in internship program, we'll be giving assignment. We'll not make you learn the subject. We expect subject you have already learned, and then you come to execute. So we will be considering you as a consultant, and we'll be explaining you the business scenario, and we'll be ask you, okay, prepare a process flow diagram, prepare a business blueprint diagram. Now do the configurations, discuss with FICO and all these things. To do all these things, you should be knowing the things. If a particular topics you don't know, let's say I ask, okay, this assignment is for the flexible Fiori workflow. If you don't know, you can go through our excellence content. You can quickly watch the video, and then you can deliver the training. That's the only reason that we say that 2 bundle access would be required, so that we can understand you are very serious into it. Because what happens if you join, we have a limited seat for the internship. If you join and then you leave it in between, or you don't complete the assignment, then the full project sometimes gets stopped.
Yeah, if we have to contribute for it, right? Yeah.
We have to contribute. We need to take a very serious candidate. That's why we have put it this criteria.
Okay. So little confused with the terms of courses you have. So the one which is going to start next week is they all will be going through this mastery program and the job hunt one, right?
Job and mastery is a complementary course, which is a self-paced. I would be guiding you that how you need to go through the job and mastery course, and which videos you need to watch it. So this is a complete 60 to 70 hours of course. So the full content, if you will see job and mastery plus any module you are taking, let's say sourcing and procurement you are taking, would be combining both, will go to 130 or 140 hours. But our instructor-led live sessions are there for 40 hours, right? So there is some content into the core content of the mastery, which will be asking you to go through the videos, and the job and mastery videos you need to watch on your own. We have created as a small videos, 15 minutes, 20 minutes video, which you can quickly grasp and try to consume 1 video per day. That's the way you need to go through the job and mastery videos.
Okay, I have few more questions, but I don't want to take the opportunity of others. Maybe I can do a WhatsApp and check with you on that.
Yeah, sure. You can also check with the team.
They would... and all. Yeah. Okay. Because I'm more interested in instructor-led only.
The bundle is instructor-led only.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Hema.
Yeah.
I have a question from Dustman, that what about the consulting in the UK? Consulting in UK is same competitive in the US, and the market is a little smaller compared to US, but it would be same challenges which I explained for US, the same challenges would be there for UK also. Then I have a question from Abhijit. I have experience but not certification in the sourcing and procurement. Abhijit, if you can raise your hand. Okay, your hand is raised. Yeah, please go ahead, Abhijit.
Hello, Parvinder. I'm working in a SRM project in L2 support team. So, is MM module suit me, or do you suggest any other module?
So you're working in SRM, right?
Yes. From 4 years, I'm working in SRM
As a support consultant.
as a support consultant.
Yes, then the suits you perfectly. After doing MM, you can also go for Ariba.
Okay.
SRM, a lot of things would be connected with the Ariba. I always SRM people, I always want them to go for 2 modules. The reason is Ariba has a good module, but with is that if you do sourcing and procurement plus Ariba, then you don't have that much of bandwidth to get absorbed in the projects.
Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhijit. Next question is from Sujata. I'm a non-IT experienced. Someone suggested me to get training in EWM. Will switching to EWM possible? Is it easy to learn? Let me check if Sujata has raised a hand. Sujata, I don't suggest people to directly jump into the EWM if you don't have any warehouse management experience. You can let me know if you have experience related to the warehouse management. You can raise your hand. I will unmute you. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to update yourself with latest SAP videos. I don't see Sujata's hand raised. Let me lower down the hands so that we can easily manage. Okay. Okay, I see now the Sujata's hand. Yeah, Sujata, go ahead, please. Do you have any experience in the warehouse management? Managing the warehouses?
Sir, could you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, sir. This is Sujata. I am 43 female, sir. Actually, I have experience around 10 plus years in customer service and admin section, sir.
Okay.
So one of my friends suggested me to do the course of SAP EWM.
When you say customer service, what kind of activities you have done?
Yeah, in approaching the customers, clarify those doubts. If any problem arises, we will solve the problems.
What kind of product it was?
This is different regions, sir. Worked in bank sector and motor section. Presently, I'm working in aviation department, sir, as admin manager.
So what do you do as admin manager?
I take care of office and raising bills for the operators.
Okay, so actually
Our
you don't have experience into the supply chain at all, right?
Sir?
You don't have experience into the supply chain.
No, sir.
So what I would suggest you, one of the module which you can look forward is SAP Basis. I would not suggest you EWM directly.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so
But you told in the previous session that basis requires some technical knowledge, no?
No, Basis does not require any technical knowledge. So without a zero technical knowledge also, you can start. It's a technical module. So if the technical background is there, that helps you to do the basis, right? Okay, so if you don't want to, but you are right. Actually, the basis is actually technical. Although with zero technical background also, you can learn ABAP and basis both. But if you don't want to go into the technical, you want to jump into the functional one, then also EWM is not a right module because EWM is quite complex in nature. Right? So what you should go for is you should go for sourcing and procurement module first, SAP MM, sourcing and procurement, and then go for EWM. Go step by step if you really want to go for it.
Okay, sir.
Don't directly put your hand into the EWM and burn your hand. First, because sourcing and procurement is more easier, 2 to 3 times more easier than the EWM. First, learn that, understand that what happens in SAP, and then go for EWM.
Is it possible for 43 years of age?
It's very much possible. I have a few success stories, 50 plus, 40 plus lady, 42 plus years of lady in Germany. She started her career as a SAP consultant. So it's very much possible. You can check those success stories on our YouTube channel.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thanks for the session.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Support team, you can check if there is some questions here which you can respond. People are asking for some particular batches. You can go ahead and type the answers. Bhupender or Aman. I have a question from Ishita. As a fresher in Europe, what do you suggest? Ishita, again, please raise your hand so that I can have a little bit detailed discussion with you that what background do you have? What kind of education background is there? So once you will raise your hand, I would be able to answer your question. Amol is having a question. Training of real implementation project is possible in your training. So yes, the real implementation project training, we do it in the internship program. Although the training, we do it into the normal batch. We try to bring all the real-time examples from our experiences. Trainers brings that, and then based on that, we do the training. If you want to sit with the consultants and deliver one end-to-end project, that can happen through the internship program. Internship program, again, we give it complimentary amount to the students, to the people who have subscribed both, who have subscribed the both two bundles from us. And the real implementation, the job and mastery is also the full real implementation training that I have explained that one of the project construction company, what was the product, where it was situated, what countries were involved, what sites was involved. I have explained that fully. And then we have tried to done that project on that. So full project, real-time project has been explained in the job and mastery also. Giving next chance to Kaushal Pandey. Please go ahead with your question.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I have around 5 to 6 years of experience in SAP. I have worked in SAP Security and SAP GRC, and then I did my master's in supply chain from US. And right now, I'm working in a US manufacturing company. So we are now implementing SAP. I'm working in PPC department right now. So we are now implementing SAP in our company. So like how should I go about it? Should I go with PP module and and I mean something that will be good for my career over here in the US for the next at least 6-7 years.
Yeah, you can take this opportunity and learn SAP PP in detail, so that
Okay.
when implementation happen, you would be able to go in depth of that implementation and try to also include yourself in that implementation as a core user or as
Yeah,
a
I'm the core user also in that
was a
module.
core user. Perfect.
Yeah.
So the story has already built for you. You
Okay.
are a core user, learn SAP PP as a consultant level.
Okay.
Complete that project, and with that project you should be going ahead into the next company showcasing that you have implemented that project,
Okay.
not as a core user but as a PP consultant.
Okay. And my previous experience of SAP Security GRC, will that come in? I mean, will that be any beneficial to this, or how would be like?
Definitely that would also be beneficial. You can showcase, but you can reduce that experience. Security and GRC, you reduce it and increase some number of years into the SAP PP.
Okay. And also one last question, like how should I, what other module can I learn after PP? Because I was in phase 2 of implementation, we have also planned SAP IBP also in our implementation. So will that be a good thing after PP module to learn something?
If you have been involved into that module with the blindfold, go for IBP.
Okay.
IBP is a niche skills that will set up for next 15 years. You would be set up with the very good opportunities in US.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you so much for this session. It was very much beneficial and knowledge.
Sure. Thank you, Kaushal. Just to let you know, in January, we are also starting our batch for IBP.
So I have enrolled in PP module right now. So I think I'll first finish with that and then probably go ahead with that.
Okay, sure. Not an issue. Not an issue at all.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Kaushal. Having a question from Nilatri. I'm having 13 years into plant maintenance. What are the chances getting into the support consultant level job? 13 years into the plant maintenance, please go for SAP PM Niladri, which is already going on. Okay, and then you can also do it PP as we discussed, and then showcase some experience as you have done as a support by following our job and mastery course, and then you would be able to quickly go into the jobs profile of PM or PP. If you want to do PM first, you can do that first. If you want to do PP first, you can do that. But try to do both. PP plus PM combination would work good. If you don't have a PP exposure, if you have a more exposure towards the sourcing side, procurement side, then you can do MM or PM. MM or PM or PP or PM, that combination sounds good and would be having very increased chances of jobs with that. I have a question from Ranjit. I'm not able to attend the internship due to the current job commitments. Can job and mastery only help? Yes, if you are not able to join the internship, job and mastery also helps. You need to complete the job and mastery twice, and based on that, you can showcase your experience. So job and mastery also will help you, Ranjit. Balaji Patil is having a question. I am enrolled in MM Mastery Bundle. Please suggest a sequence to complete the bundle. If you are enrolled into the MM Mastery Bundle, you need to go with the live session, which we are starting from the Saturday. There basically will be guiding that what is the correct sequence when you need to start the SAP Job and Mastery. So basically, two things would be there which will go in parallel. Your MM Mastery course, which will be done through the live sessions, and then the job and mastery. Job and mastery will let you know when you need to start it during the sessions. If you are already enrolled, make sure that we are having a dynamic course which is called as a SAP Sourcing and Procurement Mastery. That one having a videos, right? From top, you can start watching those videos and come to the bottom, and make sure you are also joining the live session. During the live session, I would be guiding what content need to be covered in which sequence. That is for Balaji. Can we have a real-time experience from your training? I think that we have already discussed with the internship. Is SAP Basis counted as a functional consultant, Remy? No, SAP Basis is not part of the functional consultant. They would be counted as a technical consultant, but they need not to do the coding part. SAP IBP comes, Tanmay is asking, into the core functional module. No, IBP does not come into the core functional modules. IBP is an advanced module, which is a niche module, which covers the planning part. So it's not part of the core module, but it's part of the advanced niche modules, integrated business planning. Now giving a chance to unmute Kalpana Datta. Kalpana, if you have any question, you can feel free to unmute yourself. By the time Kalpana is unmuting, I am also giving chance to Bharat.
Hello, sir. I'm audible.
Yeah, Bharat, please go ahead.
I have total 6 years of work experience, professional experience. Out of that, 2.5 years of SAP relevant experience. Recently, I joined one multinational company. I'm sitting on bench past 1 month. So I am attending client interview frequently. I got rejection because of my experience is not matching the current requirements. So what action I have to take actually?
So you have
Because every
PP, right?
yeah, SAP ST module, sales and distribution. My domain experience also related with the channel sales and distribution management.
Have you done the training somewhere or?
Yeah, training, everything, global certification I completed. So after that, I started my career as a functional consultant. After 2.5 years, I changed my job. Recently, I joined my multinational company.
So SAP SD consultant, how many years of experience we can say?
2.5 years.
2.5 years, you have already consulting experience.
Yeah.
Implementation or support?
Both. I did both actually. Implementation for e-invoice and support project, support application support.
And in the current clients, when you're giving the interviews, what is the reason for rejection?
They are saying they are looking for a senior resource like that. Okay. They're looking for a 5 years, 10 years candidates.
What is your total experience after doing the
total 6 years? 6 years.
You can showcase complete 6 years in SAP. SD.
Okay.
Generally, it is, when you are into the consulting, what profile has been given to consultants to the client can be very different with your actual experience. It's exaggerated experience generally is shown.
But they are specifically asking, do you have a relevant, how many years of relevant experience you have?
To showcase 6 years and defend the 6 years.
Okay. That is fine. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Sure, Bharat.
Thank you.
A very good evening, everyone, and thank you, for this session. I really appreciate that. I have a question for you regarding you mentioned that US or UK people need to prepare very differently. So the module you are offering, does it cover or does it help a US person to, groom themselves to the level of the market requirement, or you have a different package for the US or the UK people, for this considering the Western world?
There's no different package. The only thing is, let's say we have a mastery bundle and then excellence bundle. So consultant in India might be able to start with only the mastery bundle taken. They would be able to start their consulting career. But consultant in US need to do both mastery and excellence in one module and might need to also add one more module in their profile to showcase some multi-skilling to get into it.
Okay. And my second question I have is on the Ariba. So, the SAP MM module is one of the thing, but when we talk Ariba is a lot of things are there. So, which of your module cover the Ariba piece?
Ariba, we have a separate training, complete separate training is there for Ariba. So there is, I think that is 30 to 35 hours of training only on Ariba.
Only on Ariba. Okay. And to do that, what exactly I need to do and how I need to get in touch with your team on that?
If you want to go for Ariba, just drop an email to my team, mention that Ariba details are required, and they will send to you.
Okay, got it. So I have a past 15 years of experience in procurement and sourcing, and I'm a hardcore sourcing and procurement person. But I'm using this SAP and Ariba tool frequently for my day-to-day work. So that is the reason I wanted to understand the other side of the system, that how it works and how I can bring value to the overall package as a sourcing and procurement person. So that was my interest of learning.
Yeah, that makes sense. I will suggest you with Ariba also add sourcing and procurement SAP S/4HANA. That will help you a lot to get quick jobs in US. Okay,
got it. So I will get in touch with your teams and I will enroll for the other courses that you have so that, we can come there. Or maybe I will do a one-on-one session with you.
Okay, not a problem. No problem.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your class. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Going ahead, from the few questions in the chat. Question from Nishant. Is it a good time to get into the technical coding part of ABAP? Myself, I am a IT teacher with working knowledge of Java, and I am able to comprehend coding concept with grace. If yes, please guide me. Yes, Nishant, you can go ahead with the ABAP. You can go ahead with ABAP on HANA, and OOPS ABAP. Those concepts you can learn with us, and then with that you can start growing your career in ABAP. Java, you will find that there are so many people knowing Java, but even many people would not be knowing that ABAP is also a coding language. That makes ABAP as a niche skill. Okay, so you can learn the ABAP and you can try your career as a SAP ABAP consultant. We have our ABAP batch recently finished, but we have one more ABAP batch which is going to start. So you can reach out to the support team and they will help you out that when we are starting with the new ABAP batch. I have a question from Mosa. My main intention to have a deeper knowledge in SAP inventory management. If you want to have a deeper knowledge in SAP inventory management, you can go for SAP MM. But if you want to go more deeper into the inventory management, the advanced module is EWM. Then you need to go for EWM. Mosa Dustman. I have a question from Pragya. Please help me selecting the SAP module for project coordinator and retail domain experience with 5-year career gap. With 5-year career gap, okay. For project coordinator and retail. Okay, for the project coordinator is different. For retail, we have IS retail training, which we don't offer. You need to take it from somewhere outside. That is IS retail training is there, but to become a functional consultant. If you want to become a project coordinator, Pragya, what you can do, you can go for SAP Activate training. Team, please give Pragya a link for SAP Activate. I'm putting it open. Team, just type the Activate training link and give it to Pragya and then close the question. Ishita is having a question. I have a bachelor's in economics and a master in tourism. Worked as a sales manager in travel industry for a few years. Been in Europe since last 7 years. Want to restart my career in SAP. Please suggest a module. Don't want to do coding. Okay, bachelor in economics and master in tourism. And then you have done the travel industry. Okay. So you have two modules, Ishita. One is that you can start with SAP SD. And second is you can start ahead with SAP MM. Those are the two modules you can start with, either SD or MM. So you need to select one of those modules. You need to work on that. Try to do the both mastery and excellence. And with that, you would be able to start your job hunt into the SAP part. Chungmi has a question. Sir, please help me to choose a module I should start. I currently work as SAP business analyst, helping to do the documentation and UAT workshop in SAP project. No experience in configuration implementation. I have 1 year experience in general accounting operations and 4 years in accounting payable and some inventory contract and the price creation experience. I owe a bachelor in accounting and currently taking master data science and business analytics. Chong, you should go ahead with SAP FICO. SAP FICO would be a good module for you. Let me check. Let me give a chance to Aditi. Aditi, please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sir, I have been trying to do a course for the last 6-8 months, but sir, I'm very confused between SD and FICO. Sir, I have done my MBA, but I passed in 2013 from India. in finance, but sir, then I worked for telecom industry in channel sales, and I also worked in banking. So I have total around 5 years of experience, 2 years in telecom and 3 years in bank. And yes, and then 2019 we came to Germany, and since then I'm not working. But sir, currently I got a mini job in a school, but sir, that is nothing to do with this. Yeah, sir. So I'm really confused, and for the last 7-8 months, I am looking in Sastrageek. So please, if you can guide me.
Sure. So, in the banking sector, when you was working, what exactly was your job?
Sir, I was taking care of the financial products. So I was a relationship manager. So I used to cater to the prime customers. I used to make their investment, yeah, and mutual funds, and also I used to sell financial products.
And do you remember the accountings from your from your graduations or post graduation in MBA?
Yes, sir. So I can do accounting, and but it's been 4 years that I am doing nothing. But sir, if I revise, I am sure I can like go ahead with it. It's not a problem.
In
I
which
need to
stage you
go.
have done the graduation?
Sir, I have done my graduation also in like I'm a BBM finance and then MBA finance, and also in my 11th and 12th I had maths, accounts, and all those things.
Then I think accounting would be a good one if you want to jump into the SAP. You should
Mhm.
go for SAP FICO, Finance and Controlling.
And then, sir, if I do a FICO, how, sir, I will be, because sir, I have no experience of a job in Germany. So, sir, will you be helping me also with interview processes here?
We help with the interview processes. Our way of helping you is you need to go through the SAP Job and Mastery. You need to prepare the CV as we have guided, and you need to apply, send the CV to Sastrageek, as well as into the that local country portals. You need to apply for it, and then you need to get back to us that whether you are getting interview calls or not. If you're not getting interview calls, we sit with you to help you to
Mhm.
modify your CV so that you can get some interview calls.
Okay, sir. So if I understand correctly, once I start the FICO model with you, then of course I will get to understand. You will be, whoever takes the class will be giving a knowledge of how we build the CV and how we do the stuff. And if I have any problem, definitely you guys are there to help me with.
Yeah, just to clarify you, our live trainings, we focus on to the core SAP FICO content. The building CV is part of the job and mastery course, which you need to do it on the self-paced mode. But if you have any questions, doubts to build the CV, you can always book a session with me and I will be helping you out.
Okay, sir. So, mastery bundle and excellence bundle, they are different things. They are not the same. Other?
Yeah, mastery bundle is the core thing which start the things from the scratch. Excellence
Okay.
bundle focus onto the advanced things. So once you have completed mastery, then only you can go for excellence.
So
Okay,
now I do FICO, that is mastery. And after this, what
master.
I need to do?
Excellence.
And what will be that, sir?
With the excellence, you will also get the opportunity to attend the internship program where you would be having
No, no, sir. After FICO, what course should I do in excellence?
no, FICU excellence. Every course,
Okay.
SPM, PP, FICU have two courses, mastery and excellence. Excellence
Okay, okay.
marks which you need to do after the mastery course.
Okay. And sir, about the payment, I can directly WhatsApp, and how do I go ahead with the payment from here, from Germany to India? How do I pay? So, sir, I can get all the information in mail. I will be
You have
helpful.
already the links has been sent in the chat, right? You can click on the link, and from
Mm-hmm.
there you can directly pay whichever the country
Okay, sir.
you are in. The interface works, and you can directly pay from the Germany.
And sir, one more thing I have to tell you, sir. I have seen the timing, so I see that it is like whatever the timing is, it is around 2 o'clock in the midnight here. So, sir, of course, if I have to do something, I have to work hard. I will try my best. But, sir, if I miss some time, then how do I? Because 2 o'clock in the midnight is really something. But, sir, if I miss some time, then how do? Is there a recorded session which I can follow later, or if I need have any question, can I ask later? How can I be guided with that, sir?
So we have all of our sessions are recorded. If you miss any of the session, the recordings would be available, and you would be part of the Telegram group, which is a dedicated from the Sastrageek. There you would be able to go and ask the question, or you can try to join the next session. And in the next session also, you can ask the question from the previous sessions.
Okay. Yeah, so definitely I will try to attend all the sessions, but sometimes if I miss. And sir, one more question. Sorry for taking so much of time. How long are these sessions? So is it 2 months, 3 months? How long is one course? A normal
One
mastery?
iterations is for the 3 months. We try to finish one iteration in the 3 months, and there would be the multiple iterations in a year, which you would be able to attend with this subscription.
Okay, so that will cost me extra.
No, nothing costs you extra. So if you attend these iterations, and then if you say that, okay, some topics are remaining, you want to revise it in the next iteration also, you would be able to join. So with your subscription, you have a 1 year of subscription. Whatever the repetition of the batches we are doing it, in 1 year, you will be able to attend all live.
Okay, and that SAP software, whichever I will get, I can download that in my own laptop and I can practice it whenever I want.
No, the SAP software is given through the remote desktop. It would be having a complimentary 3 months of server access.
Only so first 3 months I can practice with my course, and after that, if I want, I have to pay extra.
Yeah, after that, you need to subscribe it extra for every 3 months.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. It was really, sir, today I could speak to you. It was really very helpful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Aditi, for joining. Thank you. Have a
Thank you,
good day ahead. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. I have a next question from Pragya Tripathi. Please help me selecting SAP module for project coordinator. I think I have already mentioned SAP Activate. Support team, who is there? Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to update yourself with latest SAP videos. Aman Bhupender, can you respond to Pragya with Activate link? Bharat, I have already discussion done. What is the fee for training? Amol, you can click on the links, and in the link, you will be able to see the fee for the training. Whichever the country you will join, you are logging in from, based on that country, it will show the taxes of that country. It will add the taxes, and then it will show you the price. Shiva is asking, what is the tool used by you, like tree? This is Shiva, I'm using Xmind. Rahul is asking, my job start from 9 a.m. Not sure, Rahul, if it is a follow-up question. Abhijit is having a question. I want to do sourcing and procurement certification. Is it comes under MM? Yes, it comes under MM, Abhijit. And in the mastery itself, we are having a we have given you the one product which will help you to clear the certification. Okay, let me see who is having a hand raised. Mosa Dustman, I think I have answered few of the questions from your side. But if you have questions, you can unmute yourself and ask it. Mosa Dustman. Yeah, Mosa, please speak.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hello. Yeah, even though a lot of people have asked similar questions, but I was wondering if, like I said I attended a job interview. I think that was last week with a pharmaceutical company. That's they produce drugs, they produce medical equipment here in the UK. And then the HRO officer asked me, how do I intend to grow in this job as an inventory analyst? Yeah, she asked if I have an experience or idea in SAP. I said no. I've been using the Citrix, but I think it's a customized version of SAP. So, and then she said, okay, how do I intend to grow? So I have the next phase of the interview on the 8th of January, which is the final phase. So I wanted to know what I can do between now and the 8th of January to get the interview finally with respect to SAP or ERO, Enterprise Resource Management or System or.
Okay, now I got it, your specific requirement. So what you need to do, if you can go through the SAP S/4HANA Sourcing and Procurement Mastery course, if you can enroll for it, has a specific session of the inventory management.
Oh,
Okay, so
yes, I've registered already. And but it means I've watched like 4 videos already. So, but
on the inventory management?
yes, the all classes. Yeah. No, not inventory management, just like introduction and what is SAP.
No, you jump ahead. If you will scroll down, you will see the inventory management lectures. So you watch the inventory management lectures before your interview.
Okay. Thank you.
That will help you to have some content with you, which you would be able to speak in the interview.
Okay. Thank you. And then if I want to continue, or like after this sources and procurement, the next model, I was thinking of SAP TM.
TM, okay. If you are involved into the transportation, you can go for SAP TM.
But now that I want to stay in the medical manufacturing.
Yeah. After MM, you can go for TM also.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dustman.
Yeah.
I have a next question from Atman Shah. I have a core manufacturing operation experience of about 1 year and 2 months in automotive manufacturing and about to complete 2 years MBA in operations and supply chain management. I have got exposure to SAP implementation project and master data creation for PP and PM during my internship. What should be my next step in the SAP journey? Also, I have got an opportunity as SAP MM consultant. Is that the right choice? If not, what should be the next logical step? If you're getting opportunity at Mensha, if you're getting opportunity as SAP MM consultant, I would say go ahead and do it, and also make sure that you go deep into SAP MM concepts, sourcing and procurement concepts, so that you would be able to survive in the job. Okay, so with your experience for SAP MM, you can go ahead because you have not started your consulting career. If you are getting it job in MM, you can go ahead and do it. Grab that opportunity, I would say. That was from Edmund Shah. Then we have from Ajinkya. What is included in the bundle mastery course? I want to do SAP PP. I have repeated multiple times. I will again repeat the recorded sessions, the instructor-led live sessions, 3 months of server access, job and mastery, interview preparations, and the certification preparations. That products has been included into the mastery bundle. Okay, Bharat K, I have already had a discussion with Bharat. Then I have a question from Mahinder. How is FICO module, sir? Any other module we need to add? FICO module is a very good, Mahinder. Depends on your profile, depends on your operation exposure. I can suggest you to add another modules. You can raise your hand and explain me a little bit in detail, and then I can guide you what other modules we can add it. I have a question from Neha. I am asking the question on behalf of my cousin. He is a fresher in SAP, but completed sourcing and procurement course from one of the institute in Hyderabad. Also did certification for sourcing and procurement. Still is not having enough number of jobs calls. He is worried. What would be the next approach for him? Can you please guide? Neha, if you can raise your hand and you can let me know when we say that he's having a fresher, it means that any operation experience is there or not. Yeah, go ahead, Neha.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Sir, no, he is not having any operational experience. He just directly jumped into SAP MM from someone had guided him, and then accordingly he had done as I already explained, that he had done the training from one of the institute. Again, they already suggested him to go for certification. So he did certification as well, but till date he's not having enough number of calls for job because he's not having the actual consulting experience, even though back of that he's having everything.
So he is having he is a fresher after doing graduation. He directly did SAP MM course, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So my strong suggestion would be that he should prepare one more CV, and in that CV he should try for SAP SAP job as an end user, where
Okay.
basically he would be working to punch the purchase orders or procurement specialist, sourcing specialist. Those kind of profiles also he can apply for. And
Okay.
at least if you will do a job there for a 1 year or 2 years, and after that, if you will try a consulting job, that will be actually better for his career profile to get some exposure to the operation jobs. Okay. Also ask him to look forward into these kind of jobs as a operations job that will help him in the future. If in next 2-3 months is not able to crack that also, then you can book a one-to-one session. You also join and ask him to join also, and then we will figure it out what we can do for him.
Okay. Sir, would this internship would be helpful for him in that case? At least if he can take a part in this for a project level exposure,
Yes,
which we are
internship
having
as
now.
a project level exposure will definitely help, and he would be also able to showcase the internship exposure or experience also. He would be able to showcase.
Okay. Okay, sir. Then I'll ask him to have if he's not able, as you suggested, if he's not able to crack anything, then he'll have a one-to-one call. In between, I'll ask him to join with support team as well for the internship approach, if anything would be suitable for him.
Okay, sure, Neha.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to update yourself with latest SAP videos. I have a question from Amol. Sir, any scope for EHS model in India? EHS has environmental health and safety is in India, but it's not for the Indian company. The more companies would be Europe and US company, where you'll find that the EHS has been implemented. From there, the requirement comes from the SAP consultant for the consulting company who is there in India. That is to answer Amol's question. Then I have a question from Pallavi. I have decided to do SAP MM. I have customer experience background, no SAP knowledge. I think we have. Okay, we have not discussed with Pallavi. However, as you mentioned, operation background helps a lot. How can I make sure my basics are on point? Okay, got your question, Pallavi. So Pallavi, what we need to do it, although you are doing SAP MM, make sure that when you are going through the lectures, although I have explained all the business processes in detail, there would be some terminology which might you not be able to grasp it, or which you might not be able to capture it. Make sure you go in detail of that terminologies through searching into the SAP. through searching into the Google. Okay, try to,
how is the session?
FICO join করবো।
okay, so you should go ahead into the Google to search more onto the sourcing and procurement processes wherever you are not able to understand. Try to also watch some videos on YouTube onto the basic sourcing and procurement and to the basic procurement processes. That will help you to understand the business knowledge for that particular module. And with that, you would be able to go ahead. Now I'm giving chance Narayanan to unmute.
Parminder.
Mhm.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi, Parminder. I have taken your course long ago. Due to my job pressure, I am working in a design domain. So I am resistant to jump a job newly because of if I went to job there I did a mastery course and experience course, job and mastery also I did, and I did certification of TS 452. And now I want to jump into a job. Can I readily there I can work perform well with this knowledge or any things I have needed? Because suddenly shifting into design to that domain means I am fearing because I have to showcase of some experience.
Mm-hmm. So do you have a job which you need to join it, or you still need to go into the market?
Yeah, I have to go into market, but I have a confidence I can clear interview rounds.
You have a confidence that you will clear the interview rounds.
Yes, but main problem is if I readily enter into a job, can I work with this experience? Can I work like a consultant by showcasing, or I have a struggle there?
See, it will not be as smooth as the butter on the parantha, right? So you need to go ahead for the interviews, you need to face the interviews, and you need to go into the first profile. Any profile you will be going into as a consultant also, first year would be a little difficult, but you would be able to survive if you have gone through the things in deeper, right? You would be able to survive. So have a confidence in yourself and go for the interviews and try to crack and get a job into it, right? First year, anyhow, would be a little difficult, but there is a
Yeah,
lot of
60.
supporting staff around. There's a Google, Mr. Google is there around to support you also. So you would be able to survive. Don't worry.
Yeah, means 60 to 70% I survey means 30% Google knowledge or somewhere I can take it. That will be possible.
Yes, that would be possible.
Means I learned the excellence and mastery course that will support me for 60% means 40% I can get anywhere. That is not an issue in these days.
Yes. Don't worry. Have a confidence in yourself.
Because I am fearing means I want to show 4 years more experience because I have to. That is the fear I am getting.
Okay. If you want to overcome the fears, have you done the internship program?
No, because my job is not permitting because of this shifts, odd shifts.
Yeah, internship program is the live program. If you want to go ahead, you can go for the internship program. That will also help you to lower down your fear factor.
Okay. Thank you, Parminder. I will look into it.
Sure, Narayan. Thank you for joining, Narayanan. And next I have from Changmi. I'm interested to enroll Bundle Master SAP S1 FICO. Any advice from to help me succeed on it? Okay, so the advice here, Chong, is that whenever you are going for the SAP FICO course, two advice I always give. Make sure that you complete the hands-on assignments which we have given. You need to go into the system and you do complete the hands-on assignment, do the things in the system, and always try to create your own notes. Create your own notes, whatever the learning you are doing, create your own documentation, create your own PDFs or your own mind maps, and also share on the LinkedIn. Okay, sharing them into the LinkedIn will start creating your namespace in the LinkedIn so that when your learning is completed, when you will go into the market, you have already a lot of authentication on the LinkedIn because you have placed a lot of content on the LinkedIn. So make sure to do a lot of good hands-on on the system, create your own notes and documentation, and also share on the LinkedIn with the another community members. That would be my advice for you. I have a last question for the day from Amol. What is the highest package possible in SAP functional module? A very open statement, Amol. It totally depends which functional module. It depends which country. It depends what is your current package. Current package depends a lot. It cannot happen that you are having a 5 lakh of package and in the same country you can get easily 50 lakh. That would not be possible. So it's a lot of factors are there, but people are with the average experience, people are now able to touch the packages between 30 to 40 lakh easily with the good modules in India also. Okay, with that, I have answered all of the questions which was there into the question and answer window. And I have also, I can see there is no hand raised, so we will be ending our session here. Somebody has raised a hand. Xiomi. Go ahead. Xiomi has raised hand. Before we end the session, if you have any question. Okay, I don't see any questions. Okay, thank you everyone for joining today. It was a little long, but I want to make sure you have taken out your time over the weekend to answer your questions. So to answering the question, it took a little bit long, but thank you very much for giving your time over the weekend to us. And we'll catch you with the next session with one more exciting session in the next weekend. Thank you everyone for joining today. Bye-bye for now.